Hello guys, welcome to another very enlightening video on Profit Whale. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up your Google two-factor authenticator on Binance. You know how to bind your two-factor authentication to your Binance app. You know, a lot of people find this a little bit difficult and technical. But after this video, you very much understand it, and it'll be easier for you to do. So in case you don't know, Binance is actually a cryptocurrency exchange, the number one world largest crypto exchange that you trade cryptocurrencies on, like buying of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of them. Make good money trading cryptocurrencies. So, and in order to make your funds much safer, it's always advisable to turn on your two-factor authenticator. So to do that, we'll come over here, click on this avatar here, then scroll down to security. You can see it here. So we'll click on security. Oh, sorry, that was settings. Security. Now you would see two-factor authenticator. It says to protect your account, it's recommended to turn on at least 2FA. Yeah, so email authentication is a 2FA. SMS authentication is also a 2FA. And Google authentication is another 2FA. Then security key authentication is there are the 4 2FAs that can be set up on your phone. And I do advise my students, wherever I say, it's always best to have at least 3 FAs turned on, like that is 3 different security 2FAs turned on your device, so that your funds will be very much safe, and it won't be able to, nobody can hack into it. So right now we're going to first of all click on Google authentication. Then we click on this toggle. We'll click on this toggle here. Then when you do that, good. It says to begin, you would need to install the Google Authenticator application on your phone. Good. So let's go download it. You can just click download. And it takes you to your Play Store or App Store, depending on the phone, whether Android or iPhone. So click on install, and let's get that in. Okay, so we have the Google Authenticator downloaded already. So we'll click on open. Yeah, it says get started. Now, there are 2 ways. You can either scan a QR code or enter a setup key. Entering a setup key is what I use majority of the time. So here, it says account name. Now, what are we binding? Binance. So we'll just type it as Binance. Binance, and your key. Now you have to go back to Binance and get the key. There's a key they will have to give us. So let's click on next. When you click on next here, good. Now this is your 2FA key that you are going to use to bind the account to your Google Authenticator app. So you have to write this code somewhere. So let's write it down. We have 4Y 7B MOE VP 46 AE 2FL. Very good. 4Y 7B MOE VP4 68 E2FL. Very good. Now, it says, please save this key on paper. This will allow you to recover your Google authentication in case of phone loss. What it means is that if you use this code, if you use this code to do your binding, that is to set up your two-factor authentication, then it will be saved forever with this code, such that, let's say you misplace your phone, you can always use this code to go back to your Google authentication. You don't have to start the process all over. Good, except if you later unbind it, because you can always bind your Google authenticator and unbind it later. So for example, I'm binding it right now. That is why it's giving me this particular code. If I should unbind it and try to bind it later on, it will give me a different code entirely, not this particular code. That is why this video is very much safe, because you might as well say, oh, why is it showing the public to this? Why is it showing this codes to the public on YouTube? Doesn't he know that somebody can hack into his account? Of course, I am aware. But as at the time that you are watching this video, I must have already changed and unbinded the Google Authenticator and binded it again with a different setup, so it will no longer be this setup. So if you try to use this to maybe trying to hack the account or whatever, it won't work, because I've already used a different code. All right, let's dive in. So it says copy. We click on copy and it has copied successfully. Then we'll go back to Google Authenticator and type this key, the key which is this letters and numbers. We paste it here. You can see you just need to copy and paste. When dealing with cryptocurrencies, it's always best to copy and paste instead of writing it and typing it one after the other, so you don't make mistakes. Now, you might want to leave this on time-based. You can actually change it from time-based to counter-based, but it's best at time-based. Then we'll click on add. Good. Do you see that? Account added, Binance. Now, this code right here, 534841, you can see the timer here. This code is more like an OTP code. Remember, when you are doing a bank transaction, an OTP, one-time password, will be sent to you with a time frame of maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds or thereabout, of which you are to use that one-time password only once. That means if you use it and it expires, whoever that tries to use it next time cannot use it to enter the transaction or complete the transaction. So here now it's counting. You can see it gives us about 20 seconds or thereabout, give or take. So after 20 seconds it changes again. You can see it right now. We now have 771955. Now just keep looking at this timer. Once this timer ends, the code changes again. So Google Authenticator generates new sets of 6-digit codes all the time after the timer is being, after the countdown finishes successfully. It will reset again with a different time, so that you now that is trying to use the code to log in or to withdraw or to deposit or to do something on your Binance account, you have to make sure that you do it within this time frame, or else a different code will be generated. And once a different code is generated, then you would have to use the new code that is generated and not the first one that you copied. I don't know if I've made sense to you. What it therefore means is that you have to use it at the particular time that it is sent to you. If you don't use it and this timer elapses, then you have to come back again and copy the new code, so that you can see it keeps on generating. This is the work of Google Authenticator. It will keep on doing that, and as long as you can see it here, so keep on doing that as long as your account is available. If you want to create another let's say for another account or for another application, you just come here, click on this plus button, then click on enter a setup key. Enter a setup key. Then you see it gives you pretty much the same step that we just went through the initial time. So good. Let's take this code right here and go and use it to bind our Binance. By the way, we have not copied this. Okay, we've copied it already, so we can just go to next. Good. It says, please enter the 16 key you just backed up. Good. You paste it here. Remember, we copied it here. The reason why it's always good to copy it somewhere is so that if your phone gets missing, you can always use it to restore it. That's when you made sure that this was the one you used, because I can as well go back and unbind it, and when I want to bind it again, it will no longer ask for this until I've binded it successfully. That is when it will always ask for this if something happens, like the phone gets missing or thereabout. So let's click on continue. We'll click on next, and it says you will need to add a Binance account in your Google Authenticator app and manually enter the 16-digit key, which is what we just did. And next. Okay. So here we are. It has given us, it has finally done the Google Authenticator. So right now, to make sure that we have completed this process of binding Binance to Google Authenticator, we have to first of all enter a mobile verification code here, enter an email verification code here, and enter a Google Authenticator code here. That's why your account is so safe and nobody can hack into it. Even if you end up giving your password to somebody, the person cannot log in, because for the person to log in, they will have to send a code, a one-time password to the person, to your mobile line, that is your phone line. You can see it's written 08 and 081 and star 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 star, so you don't even know which line it is. Then they will have to send to your email. They will have to send to your email. Then they will also have to send to the Google Authenticator app, of which this person cannot have these three things at once. That's why nobody can log into your account. Even if you give the person your password, the person will have to need these three codes in order to log into your account. So it's very much safe. I actually use this for a lot of people that I trade for them. I have some bunch of people that just come and say, okay, Raf, I'm very busy. I'll be giving you $200, or I'll be giving you $500. Trade for me, and at the end of the day, we just split up profit. So this is very much the main reason why they can do that, because for me to do any transaction like withdraw or deposit or do anything on their app, it will definitely request for these three codes, of which is always on their own phone and not on my phone. But to log in, somebody can just pretty much log in, but without this code, the person can log in, but the person will need this code. So until they send me this code, that is when I can log in. But whenever I want to perform like future transactions, it will always request for different codes of this format, of which I'll have to call the person to say, okay, send me this code, I want to make the withdrawal, or send me this code, I want to make deposits. So let's jump right straight into it. We'll click on send code for mobile verification, send code for email, and we have to be very fast when doing this. Then let's wait for the codes. So a mobile verification code will be sent. Let's wait for it, and an email code will be sent. Okay, let me go straight to email. So let's see if it has been sent already here. Okay, hasn't been sent yet. Very good. Look at it. This is for email. Good. Remember, this is an OTP code. Let me copy it. It's an OTP code. It's a one-time password. You can see that of it says 470687. You can always copy and paste though. 470687. You can see the timer is counting. Then we'll now go to Authenticator and get the last one. The last one, which is from Binance. We just come here. Oh, it has elapsed. Copy. Once you click on it, it copies to clipboard, and we come over here and enter it. Let's hope that we are early. I don't. Success. So it's successful. That's all you have to do, and your Google Authenticator app will be successfully binded, and that's everything. You can see it has been binded. You can see it right here. There are 3 setups already. So with this, your funds are always safe. I can always go back to unbind it. If I should unbind it, okay, let me even unbind it live for you also, that you see that I'm actually unbinding it right now. So I will be binding with a different code, no longer this particular code. So let's click on Authenticator. For me to unbind it again, it will request for new mobile verification, email verification, and also the Google Authenticator code. So let's do that right away. I'll click on send. I click on send again. Come on. Send again. Then let's wait for them. So let me go back to the email and wait for the new one. Yeah, it's here already. So unbind. So you can see you can always bind and unbind if you feel you do not want to work with it anymore. I come here, I click on the email, and I paste it. So we are waiting for the mobile verification code, which hasn't been sent. Very good. here it comes. So copy and paste, and then go to Authenticator, copy. Once you get to Authenticator, just hold it. It will copy immediately for you. Just hold it. Copy and paste is just pretty much holding it. Then paste it here, then submit. Success. You can see it has finally unbinded. And if we come back here right now, you see that the Google Authenticator has actually been unbinded. So I can always bind it next time. If I want to bind it right now, okay, then let me just show you. Let me just show you real quick, so you see what I was actually talking about. So let's bind it again. It says next. Oh yeah, we know. Very good. Now, do you see that the code given here is different from the first code that was given when we started the first binding? Do you understand? So each time you want to bind it, a different code is generated. That's to show you that even if you do a video like this and post it up for people to learn, you can always unbind it and bind with a different code so that nobody can use it. So this code has been rendered useless. Even this particular one is still useless until I use it to bind. So I'm no longer using it to bind, so I'll just take it off. I will just take it off. If I should click on it again, it will show me a different code entirely. You can see a different code entirely. So these security measures are all there for you to make sure that your Binance is very much safe. To make sure that your Binance account is very much safe. Your funds are very much safe in your wallet. So in case you do not have a Binance account, just go down to the description below. You're going to see a link for you to create your Binance account to enjoy 20% kickback on your transactions and also $5 bonus when you fund your account. So make sure you download Binance, or you go to binance.com, or you use the link below to register. When you register, make sure you complete your level 1 verification over here. Level 1 verification is over here. When you have not done that, when you come here, you see it in yellow color. But once you are verified, you see it in green. And for you to do verification is pretty much easy. Just provide any means of identification and your level 1 verification will be done. And with that, you can rush and start trading. If you want to learn how to trade, you can always reach out to me, Profit Whale, and or you just come to my Telegram at Angel Raf and message me, and I'll be with you and help you